Over the years, we have grown a lot closer as a band, and our personalities have clashed pretty well. It's been great for our friendships.
I'd say the band, its biggest impact is just it's stoked the fire that is my passion for music.
You know, we've gotten to develop and grow together, and I've seen where we were and what we are now, and the sound is just, it's completely different.
The band initially came about because Connor was getting very good at playing alone and by himself down here, and I said, well, why don't I start asking around to some people who might have kids around your age? And sure enough, I was friends with Lisa Nelson, and I mentioned it to her one day, and I really didn't know that her son, Austen Nelson, was a drummer. And then after Austen and Connor started jamming and playing for a period of time, they realized that they wanted a bass player, and the first bass player they had was a girl named Marcel Finn, and she was in the band for probably close to a year and a half, almost 2 years. But then she moved away, and then Connor's friend Grayson stepped in, and he was a wonderful asset to the band because he played not only bass guitar, he played keyboards, so he was a great addition to the band.
He's kind of a Swiss Army knife, I would say. He could really pick up the guitar, the bass, piano, whatever we really need for a specific number.
And then down the road, they decided that they would get just a full-time bass player. Charlie Zajac came into the band about a year ago.
I think what makes the Renegades special is the audience. It's the community that we built. The people who we play for are almost all like consistent. They've seen us play multiple times, so I think it's the people that listen to us that really make us special.
We're really accustomed to bigger crowds, but
This is not. Okay, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm concrete welcome for the Renegades.
The best venue we've played is the Taste of Park Ridge last summer. That was a blast.
The best venue I would definitely say was the Taste of Park Ridge.
The set list wasn't actually that hard to put together. We had a good idea of what we wanted to do. We've been practicing a lot more stuff, especially like the chain, and American Girl's always been in our set list, and we thought that would be a good opener. There's Say It Ain't So, which we've always played, and 3 a.m. And so those new ones, like Are You Gonna Be My Girl and She Talks to Angels and The Chain, we just started like working on like 2 weeks ago before the taste, 2 weeks before the taste. And it was great. Like Grayson on the tambourine, everyone loves like when Grayson picks up the tambourine. We played with for our friends.
Oh yeah, they love me on the tambourine. It's my bread and butter. Tambourine, it's like my specialty.
The energy was where it should have been. So those songs are so fun that those are gonna be like forever part of our set list now whenever we play.
And then our last song was Yellow. It's kind of I would say it channels a nostalgic vibe. It is something that was kind of good for the vibe that it was like the taste. We're all going to college. It's our last performance of this era. That's how I like to put it. And I think that was a really good closer.
At Yellow, we switched it up, which I don't know about doing anymore. But we switched up Yellow, and we had Grayson go on electric guitar. I told him, and you can ask him about this. You can ask him about this, Tyler. I told him to practice that yellow electric guitar part about, I don't know, like 20 times, and it didn't sound the best, okay? And you can insert that clip right now. And that was the last song, too, which was the disappointing part. I wanted it to be like how Coldplay actually does it, which is with the electric guitar part and the acoustic guitar part and everything else, and then
I think I remember on stage he kind of looked over at me and I looked at him, and it was kind of a weird, sorry man, like I just screwed this up. I was a little too cocky. I'll admit it, I tried to play too confidently and I just messed up.
Honestly, my favorite part, most memorable part was like right at the beginning when I had hooked up the bass and everything was like ready, and we did a sound check, and I played a note, and I was just like, wow. I've never heard it sound like that before.
It sounded awesome, like the huge amps and speakers. It made our music sound so much better playing there at that venue. I liked it. It was a good closing point for the band before college, playing at the Taste. And it was just kind of like ended with a big bang. It was great. Playing in front of a lot of fans and making a lot of tips was good.
My favorite moment of the Taste of Park Ridge when the Renegades played was seeing how much money was in the tip jar at the end of the performance.
Wow. That is not true.
There was a lot of money in there, though.
That was a really good nostalgic close where it's like this is all, it all comes to this kind of. Because that was, in reality, that was our last show of this era. And we don't know what the next chapter says because we're all going to different places, and we surely hope it continues to be that we can play in the summers and, you know, keep making music together. But, I mean, nothing is a certainty, right? We've learned that.
You know, I don't really know what's gonna happen to the band, and I don't know what's gonna happen next summer with the band, maybe, if we meet up again, or if we're gonna, you know, jam whenever we're home together. I don't know. And we haven't really talked about it either, which is okay, you know, like, we're all kind of parting ways for right now, at least, so it's gonna be different, but good different.
You know, sometimes it's like any passion, it's like, oh, I've done this so much, like, I just need it for a second. But sometimes it's like, I can't wait for the next day. And I think even through those two ups and downs that, you know, it happens here or there, you got, your passion is at a sky high, or it's like, oh, it just seems like a burden. That's how it is with anything. Your job, your school, you're so excited at first for school, but then you start getting all these projects and you're like, get me out of here. But at the end of the day, when you look back on it, it was so worth it. I'm so thankful for music and how it shaped me and how it's made some great friends in Connor, Grayson, and Charlie, and how it's really set me up to learn about collaboration with others, situations and experiences like I've had the last 5 years in the Renegades.
Thank you, the Renegades!